did you hear the changes they announced this week about raids?
I don't think so.
Okay, so this is very good news for every raider in Wrath of the Lich King. They buffed Sorry, they didn't buff. They are gonna do pre-nerf values for all of Ulduar. All of Ulduar will be pre-nerf. So that means it's gonna be a lot harder than we thought. And also they are gonna buff the loot in hard mode Ulduar to be 251 item level. So that's gonna be in line with, I think, 25-man heroic TOC, something like that. So yeah, they have been paying attention to the community and like the criticisms of Wrath of the Lich King so far, and I cannot believe I'm gonna say this, but good job, Blizzard. Good job. You listened to us, finally. I am very excited for that, honestly. Like, I plan to raid. And let's see, another change they are gonna do is, you know how TOC is awful because you gotta do 4 lockouts in a week? They are gonna make it so if you do heroic 10 men, you cannot do normal 10 men or, 25. So you can only do 2 lockouts a week in TOC. That's huge. Like,
can you choose any two?
You can choose either one or two. You can do 10-man normal and 25-man normal or heroic, but you cannot do both. That's the way they are gonna handle it, apparently. And that's also, that's been one of my main criticisms of World or Cataclysm. Sorry, oh my god. Wrath of the Lich King, that you have to do 4 locals on the TOC tier or you fall behind, and that's like insane. I don't want to do 4 raids a week.
Yeah.
That's just dumb. So another great change. I cannot believe I'm saying this. Do not get used to me saying this, but thumbs up, Blizzard. You did an excellent job so far on the changes department.
I'm wondering though, some of these changes are still work in progress, so they can reverse it too. So don't take that as a final word. Like they did with some of them.
Don't say that.
Like for instance, when they talked about random dungeon finder for the first time, like 3 months ago or whenever, and they were like, no dungeon finder. Everybody was like, well, how are we supposed to level then? Then they introduced LFG, so that's like halfway to random dungeon finder almost. They might introduce random dungeon finder by the last content patch, who knows?
I mean, that's what happened in Wrath of the Lich King, right? They added it on the ICC patch. And that's fair, I think they should add it on the ICC patch because by then, like, the progression is over and the only people that are gonna use LFD are people leveling ults and something, and might as well do it more convenient, I don't think it's a big deal. But people were like, oh, this is a change, they are betraying Wrath of the Lich King if they do not put LFD. No, LFD wasn't in Wrath of the Lich King until the end. People don't remember that.
What's your experience with running dungeons without random dungeon finder? How
Honestly,
do you like it?
so far the new dungeon finder they implemented, I was very skeptical of it, but I pressed a button, I got a few requests, and I got a group together in like 5 minutes. It was very convenient. I would have to know how it is when you gotta do something a little harder, like a heroic or something like that, how it's gonna fare, but so far it's been a good tool, gotta recognize.
Is it also showing you the player's item level or gear score or something?
No, not at all, which I think is good.
But that might be an issue if you're more competitive and doing the endgame dungeons or heroics or something. Like you would want to know what item level they are.
I have said this a million times, and I am never gonna get tired of saying this because I am like a victim of this in my own way. If you care at all about leveling efficiently, doing dungeons efficiently and all that, please join a guild. Pugging in Wrath of the Lich King is hell. You do not wanna pug in Wrath of the Lich King if you can avoid it, okay? Like, what's your gear score? Everybody's like clicking achievement, it is extremely toxic, the social fabric is not as strong as in vanilla. Like, don't deal with that. Just get a guild, man. Make some friends.
Yeah, true.
That's always been my take, but even more so in Wrath of the Lich King.
Guilds are extremely helpful for sure.
Absolutely, and like, here's why I think it is bad that they put LFD in the game. Like, this could be a conversation on its own for another video, like why I didn't want LFD in the game. Making groups before LFD was so inconvenient that people have to create organizations, aka guilds, to make that easier. So if you put LFD in the game, you de-incentivize creating guilds and social friends and all that stuff. I think that's the main problem with LFD that I do not like. I don't know if you can agree with me, but I think the most fun you can have in WoW is not the game itself, but the friends you have with you.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, I can't believe I gotta say this, but I think they handled the Wrath of the Lich King launch pretty well so far. We're gonna see how they do. It's the proper expansion is not even out yet, but everything they showed so far, I am pretty excited for.
I think besides the add-on glitch yesterday, which almost made me quit and go back to Warmane, like, I had no problems like this on Warmane. I was first hoping that I would be able to use the 3.3.5 add-ons like on any other Wrath of the Lich King server, but apparently they just disabled it. So when I tried to use them, my game was like full of bugs. The add-ons half didn't work at all, so I had to delete them all and download them from scratch essentially on the correct version.
Damn, that sucks, homie.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully all the add-ons are gonna support us.
I'm afraid there will be some that won't.
What is like an add-on that you're concerned about?
Galvan's unit bars, that's the add-on that I get most questions about. That's the one that shows you the HP bar and mana or other resources wherever on the screen where you want it. You can move it around. So a lot of people have been asking me, that's probably the number one question ever under any of my videos, is what's that add-on that lets you do that? So I don't think that add-on will get updated. There might be some similar replacement, but not this one. Then I went back on Warmane actually for a few minutes, and I found out that by mistake I updated my Warmane add-ons to 3.4.0 to Classic. So it was unplayable. I had to delete them and copy them again. So that wasn't that big of a deal. But yeah, that was one moment. I was like, this Classic is draining my blood. But
how was the population on Warmane, by the way? Did you check? I don't even know.
I've been checking every day. Yeah, it's doing really well. Like as if nothing happened. As if Classic didn't even come out.
That's crazy. That's great. I mean, we still have to see the proper red expansion, how it fares, but I said in one of your videos, I think Warmane will survive nuclear war. That doesn't make me happy, but that's the way it's gonna be. And so far, yeah, it's crazy.
And I was even checking Stormforge Mistblade. That's another server where you can check the population fairly easily. Also shows the same numbers as before. So looks like private servers are doing just fine.
And an upside of it, I don't want to derail the conversation too much, but an upside of they are not doing fresh TVC anymore and all of that. I think TVC servers are probably going to come back, and later on maybe Wrath of the Lich King servers are also going to come back after it ends. So, I think everybody's winning so far, in their own way.
Except the YouTube channels that got cancelled.
We don't talk about that. Don't ban me, Blizzard. I am playing your game now. I promise. I'm a good boy.
Yeah, I'm like, they're not gonna ban me. They already got me covering Classic, so we're good. We're friends.
Yeah, Blizzard is like, it would be a shame. It would be a shame if you lost your channel, capiche? Like and subscribe to see more of the podcast.